Hi there and welcome to another one of Chris's domestic appliance reviews. Today we're going to be unboxing this MeacoFAN 1056 AC room air circulator fan. This has just been purchased by ourselves today out at the shops. Typically this thing retails at about £100 in the UK, although we did get a bit of a bargain, we paid a bit less than that. I won't tell you how much and I won't tell you where because that's advertising and that's what we're doing here today. So literally, all I've done is I've just cut the box open. So the reason this is called a 1056 AC, AC doesn't stand for air conditioning, it stands for air circulator obviously, and the 1056 is because this unit apparently can move 1056 cubic meters of air every hour, which sounds quite a lot to me. That's quite good, I think. Right, so let's see, let's pull this thing out of the box. How easy does it come out? There's something down here, so let's get that out first of all. There's the instructions and our remote control, so we'll put that down to the side. Let's see if we can get this out of the box now. We may have to stand up a bit here perhaps. Oh. Could have turned this upside down I guess, but let's try and get it out this way. There we go. Right, so let's move the box out of the way. Don't damage anything. Right. Goes out there. It's all nicely plastic wrapped like everything normally is these days. Let's see if we can untie this. Does it have a knot or something? Just tear it, that's quicker isn't it? Right. So this is the unit in question. That's me as well. So let's take out the cord, see how much cord we get with this thing. There's a tie wrap round. Let's take that off. Right, so that is about, I would say, from my shoulder to my arm is about 1 meter, so that's probably about 1.5 meters worth of cord on there. Because I want to try and turn this on for you guys and let you see. I'm going to take this thing off so that nothing gets caught in any of the fan mechanism and damages anything. It's just a label saying thank you very much for buying our fan. I won't read it all because you'll get the gist from that statement alone. So it's quite a nice looking unit. You can sort of gauge the size of that next to myself. Again, it's made by Meaco. Some tape on there, I'll remove that in a second. And I think when you look at the instructions and the remote, you'll see, according to the picture in the box, it gives it away. Let's take the remote out. The remote can actually sit in the front of the unit for safekeeping. It's got a plastic tab there for keeping your battery from running down while it's in storage. So here we go, taking that out. You can put the remote in there somewhere. Oh no, it just magnetizes it, there you go. It just sticks with a magnet. That's quite cool. There you go. So you needn't lose your remote control ever. That's the dog. Right, so let's see about turning this thing on. I'll take this blue tape off for it as well, shall we? What's in the back? It's almost like a trap door in the back. I think it might be for dismantling for services and cleaning purposes. Let's take that off again. Right, let's see, there's a wee flap there or something. Ah, what's that? I think, so that's the little cubby hole in the back there. Sorry, I'm not doing this in front of the camera. So I've all just taken that off. I think that's for storing your cable if you wanted to sort of pack it away or neaten up the cable in the back or something like that, perhaps. I'm not going to be bothered with that just now. Let's put that back in there again. Clips back in again. Looks like something out of a sci-fi movie or something, this, doesn't it? Right, so here is a power source that I prepared earlier. Let's bring this extension lead over so we can turn this on. Oh, it's got a plastic thing on the plug. There you go. And immediately the thing is lit up, and I don't know how well you can see that. It's saying 24 degrees down here on the floor. So if we just press the power button, there you go, and it whizzes into action. So that's fan setting number 1, and you can up the speed to I'm just going to go quiet so you can hear the sound from the fan at the different speed settings. Even the dog's noisier than the fan. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Getting quite a nice blow out of that now. 8, 9, 10. I don't know how many settings it goes up to here. It goes up to 11, then you know it's got to be high octane right there, isn't it? It goes up to 11. Oh no, it goes up to 12. And it goes back down to 1. So we're looking at 12. So let's put that all the way back up to the maximum and just hold it there. Right, so that's it blowing its hardest. So now there's some other functions there. So let's do an up and you can do side to side oscillation, which is a sort of a staple typical for fans, isn't it? Moving left and right, at least in the older days. So that's probably moved about 75 degrees maybe there from where it first began. So it must have a, I'm not sure if it says in the box what the degrees of movement it does. Must be about 150 degrees or something thereabouts anyway. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, it's not in the centre. Okay, so that was about. It's probably about 90 degrees. Yeah, it's moving about 90 degrees side to side oscillation. Right, so now on top of side to side oscillation, you've got up and down. So let's click on the up and down button as well. There you go. Now you can see it tilting up and down. First up, which goes up quite high. That's probably a good 50 degrees, I would say. 45 to 50 degrees from horizontal. And of course, if you wanted to, if we stop it oscillating that way, sorry, wrong one, this way, we can get it so it just goes up and down as well. So you can have the full variance of movement there. There's also something here called eco mode. So if I press the eco mode, see what it does. So it's measuring 25 degrees in here. Now that's no reflection in the fan's performance, of course, because it is just getting hotter and hotter here. It's one of the hottest days in the year, so it's gone from 24 to 25 while I've been making this video so far. So what it's supposed to do, I think, if we read the instructions, which I have partially looked at already. According to the instructions, there's a table. Oh. So in eco mode, it says here, so less than 23 degrees measured, and it automatically defaults to a fan speed of 2. But as the temperature increases in the room, the fan speed will increase as well. So I won't read out all the different brackets, but basically less than 23 is fan speed 2, which is, well, going a bit faster than that. 23 to 25, which is probably where we're at right now, it's fan speed 4. It doesn't tell you the fan speed, you've just got to go by the temperature. And then it goes, you know, another couple of degrees higher, it's fan speed 6, another couple of degrees higher than that, fan speed 8, fan speed 9, 10, up to 12. So over 33 degrees centigrade measured is 12. So unless you manually push it into maximum speed, then you're only going to get maximum speed if you're really pushing it on your house temperature, I think. So it's maybe a way just to keep air moving, maybe if you're sleeping or something like that. Let it do its own thing, maybe as the temperature increases or decreases through the night, which might be quite helpful. I'm not sure. Right, so what else have we got on here? There's also a timer, so while the fan's on, you can press the timer button. So that's set to 1 hour, 2 hours, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, back to 0. So if I put it to 1, for instance, while the fan is going, set it to 1, that's flashing, and then it'll, there you go, it's now stopped flashing, so that means it's set. So it basically means that the fan will now run for 1 hour, it's timing itself now, and after 1 hour it will automatically shut off, it'll stop itself. So you don't need to worry about it going all night if you didn't want to have it going all night. So as I showed you earlier on, we do have a little remote control here as well. It's actually got more buttons on the remote control than what's actually on the unit. That's because there's some other options that are only accessible using the remote control. So you can still set the oscillation horizontal and vertical from the remote control. You can turn it off from here. So that's it, just turned off. Turn it back on again. You can access your eco mode. That's eco mode on and off. As well as so this is the pre-off timer. So if it's already running, you can time it to turn off. You can do a pre-on timer, so it's the inverse of that. So if your fan's not already running, if you set your pre-on, which I'm not sure how this works now, of course. I'd have to turn it off first of all. So if I go pre-on, there you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, back to 0. So if I set that to 1, that basically means that it's not going to be turning at all until 1 hour has elapsed, and then the fan will come on by itself. So maybe you go out to work and you're away to work for 9 hours a day or something like that, but you want the fan to come on and start circulating the air in the house maybe an hour before you're due to arrive in from your work, so you can set that to 8 hours or whatever you want, and then it'll do that. So by the time you come in from work, it's already been doing its thing and moving the air around and maybe cooling the room down or something like that ahead of time, which I think is also a nifty feature. And let's take that off again, all the way back round to 12 and back to 0 again. There's also, so if we turn this, if we put this on, so you can, there's a light button there. This isn't an option on this, but you can actually turn the display on and off as well. So I guess if you've got this running at night time, although it's, I mean, it even self-dims when you're not accessing or touching it. I wouldn't say that's bright enough to be intrusive to anybody trying to sleep at night time, but I guess if you did find it too intrusive, you can turn it off altogether, so it's off. So if you turn it back on again, and we can turn up the fan speed, you can increment the fan speed using this. Help if you turn it on first, so let's it back on again. That's maximum speed again. Get the oscillations going, both of them, and then you can go light off. You see? And now there's no display, but the thing is still working. So, but as for my personal opinion on the performance of the fan, it feels quite nice. It does help if it's faced towards me, which I'll do so, and I'll stop it moving in a second when it faces towards me. It feels quite nice. It doesn't cool air like an air conditioner, but it's about circulating air, isn't it? So let's turn both of those off. There you go. So you can watch my hair billow in the breeze. That's about as much of a demonstration I can give in front of the camera. But it feels quite a nice intensity of movement of air, you know, right in front of you from such a small fan. I bought this one because it can go up and down, so you can floor mount it, you know, you can sit up in the settee in front of the television, or you know, put it up on a higher surface and get it to point down, or you can just get it to do its own thing, moving it about. Instead of a pedestal, maybe something in a pedestal is a bit more stuck up here somewhere. You've also got the tower ones which I also considered. The tower one that we demonstrated next to this one was okay, I think, but we thought this one had the edge, so we went for this one. I think also it was more versatile, being able to mount it on a surface easier than something that was going to be stuck with being floor standing. But again, I'll turn this off so I can talk over it. Because it's quite small, it's very mobile, so there's actually a handle on the back. I haven't even shown you the handle, so it's almost like a leather handle. Pull up on it, there you go, and then it's easily transportable, and that weighs next to nothing. I would say that weighs, I don't know, a kilogram, 1.5 kilograms maximum. I'm picking up by my thumb. It's not such a hardship to lift anyway. So it's easily mobile and transportable around the house to wherever you want it, and importantly again, Don't even need to lose your remote control, so how's that? There you go, I think that has pretty much covered everything you would want to hear from it. Yeah, I think this is going to work out quite well for me, so maybe if you're on the lookout for a similar fan or device, then maybe you want to consider the MeacoFAN 1056 AC room air circulator. Thank you for watching.